Judge Jeanine Pirro, who of course Donald Trump picked off of Fox News to be his U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia, is doing such a bad job that lawyers with the DOJ are now telling the media, of course on the condition of anonymity, that we can't even actually do our jobs because of how bad she is. She's not a good lawyer. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing. And she is actually costing us prosecutions that are important, okay? It's not just the political persecutions that she is carrying out on behalf of Donald Trump. That's part of it because it taints the reputation of that entire office. But it's the other cases, the actual real cases that we're supposed to be prosecuting that now we can't because nobody believes the feds. In fact, one defense attorney doesn't work for the DOJ, right? Works for the people the DOJ is going after. One defense attorney, Eugene Gorokov, said this: I'd never had a case with so many people coming in the door and saying, I'm going to have a hard time believing the feds. Now, the one particular case that has pissed off the lawyers at the DOJ involved four-star retired Admiral Robert Burke. He was convicted of accepting a bribe. That was just days after Pirro came into office, so she didn't do that. That was previous administration stuff holding over. So they got him, right? You accepted a bribe, you're going to jail, and he is currently in jail. Now, Pirro's office came along, and it was their responsibility to prosecute the people that gave him the bribe, right? The companies that bribed him. And we already got him, so this should be, slam dunk case. But because she had tainted the reputation of that office so badly with her political persecutions that, of course, all fell apart, two separate grand juries refused to indict the companies that paid the bribes to Admiral Burke. He's already in jail. He had been convicted by a jury. They're like, yes, all of this stuff happened. The banks paid him the money as the bribe. And then Pirro comes along with her office and says, okay, great. Now let's get the companies, let's get the banks. And the grand jury's like, yeah, you suck so bad. We can't even issue an indictment because of how pathetic your case is. We know they did it. Right? Like, that's not even a question. We know they did it, but you didn't actually prove that they did. And we can't just go on what we had previously known. We have to go based on what you're presenting, and you're so bad at your job that we can't give you an indictment against these companies that, again, we know did it, but you're not proving they did it. So that's why the lawyers at the DOJ are having such a hard go of it. Pirro has destroyed the credibility of the U.S. Attorney's Office in the District of Columbia, possibly in more offices across the United States. And that's what the entire administration has done with these political persecutions. It's not just ruining the lives of those individuals they're going after, but it's making it to where when they actually do have a case against somebody that does need to be prosecuted, grand juries are still like, yeah, we really can't trust you at all because of all the other stuff you've done. It almost reminds me of a story you may have heard about a little boy who kept crying wolf. And then when there actually was a wolf, nobody came because they were sick and tired of the antics. Thought they were being tricked again. Yeah. Except we are now the boy and the wolves are the people they're supposed to be prosecuting but can't because they screwed up one too many times. And we're going to get eaten by these horrible businesses and individuals who should be in jail. Any other prosecutor would have been able to secure a conviction, but not Jeanine Pirro. I don't know. Maybe it was a bad idea to take somebody who's spent the last couple decades in broadcasting and not in a courtroom and put her in charge of one of the nation's biggest, most important legal districts. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.